The final runs of N-Class 2-4 two Mikados steam locomotives of the Victorian Railways was in October 1966. This was the scene at Spencer Street Station, Melbourne, before N468 and N475 and their train departed for Ballan. The Victorian Railways K Class 280 steam locomotives, all built before 1923, were not designed allowing conversion to standard gauge, which was envisaged to replace some of the broad gauge lines in Victoria. The N-Class locomotives were accordingly designed for possible conversion. The train is seen here arriving at Ballan, where the locomotives are serviced and turned before returning to Melbourne. The N-Class were largely mechanically similar to the K-Class, but they had a trailing truck under the firebox. This allowed the firebox to be wider and so not be a major problem for possible gauge conversion. This consequently meant a longer boiler than the K-Class, resulting in a longer locomotive. However, by the time the first standard gauge line to Albury was built, the N-Class were being withdrawn from service. The now removed turntable was also host for a strategically placed Walker rail motor and trailer. Some of these scenes were shot from the Walker rail motor trailer. "30 N-Class steam locomotives were built at the Victorian Railways workshops at Newport between 1925 and 1931. Another 50 were later built by North British, and yet another 20 were ordered from Newport workshops, of which only 3 were built. They were superseded by later J-Class steam locomotives designed with higher boilers, but were being mechanically similar to the K and N-Class, and designed for easy conversion to standard gauge. The newer J-Class, unlike the N-Class, could use particular branch lines, which had shorter 50 and 53-foot turntables. 10 N-class locomotives were sold to the South Australian Railways, and became the South Australian Railways 750 class.